today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to pressure test a water system on an RV. We're going to use this gauge, and this has a special adapter. The adapter is designed to hold open the check valve that is inside of the water port. So you want to take this gasket out because the adapter already has the gasket on it. Now the reason it's important to use a device like this that holds open the check valve is it actually takes about 2 psi to operate the check valve, which means if there's a leak on the other side of the check valve, you can lose 2 psi without it registering on the gauge. So by using this adapter, it holds that check valve open, so you'll instantly see any pressure loss on the gauge. Real quick, before I pressurize this, let's go inside and just make sure all the faucets are off. So just in case water comes out, we're going to go ahead and move this. Make sure that's off. Shower knobs are off. Okay, I think it is safe to pressurize. You can use a hand air pump to do this, but I find that a little battery powered inflator works much faster. So we can instantly see the pressure coming up here. A typical water pump pressurizes the system to 55 psi, but testing pressure, according to RVTI, is actually between 80 and 100 psi. Now you can see we are losing pressure. So we've got something leaking down here. So next I want to check and make sure that all of the valves are off. For example, if you have a tank type water heater, you could have bypass valves. Tankless water heaters, there should not be anything in here or any valves. Now the other thing is the winterization water pump. So because the water fill tank is here, the water pump is probably under this box. Yeah, it even says antifreeze inlet. So there's an access panel in here for getting to the antifreeze inlet for the water pump. Now the other thing we want to check is underneath where it says freshwater drain. So this is actually a drain plug, and we can see water coming off for the freshwater tank, but that's not connected to the water system. But there should be low point drains. I do not see low point drains anywhere in here. It's odd. The only faucet I did not check was the outdoor shower. So we're going to check to make sure that this is off. They're both off. The other thing we have to be sure of is that it's not our gauge leaking, because if it's leaking out here, then it'll show pressure loss even if the water system is good. So we want to make sure we're reporting an actual error and not just an error in our measurement. It's leaking less after tightening here, which makes me think I actually did not have a good seal inside the actual city water port here. Okay, panic over. I don't think we actually have a big system leak like I saw at first. I think we had a gauge error. The thing that we're testing for here that's important is that if there's a failure in the water pump, water can be leaking past the pressurized system back into the freshwater tank. And by just connecting water here and testing things out, you would never see that leakage because it's slowly filling up the freshwater tank. By doing a pressure loss test here, we can see if it's actually got a problem in the water pump itself. That's why it's important to use a gauge like this with this adapter and do a pressure test on the city water system. I'm constantly being contacted by people in states where I don't have inspectors. If you're a professional RV inspector and you're looking to get more clients for your business, you should apply to be on my Rigor RV Inspection Network. Click here if you want to see more tips about running an RV inspection business, or click here for more hands-on tutorials about inspecting RVs.